Welcome back, everybody. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day. Here we go. Let's get ready to rock and roll, guys. If you're not part of that Crusader army, join that Crusader army and let's crusade through these blockchains together. We got another red day, but guess what? Today we have a little bit of a different episode than we normally do. Yes, I'm still going to cover crypto TA. Yes, I'm still going to go through the different altcoins, but we're going to talk about building wealth, how to build wealth. Some of you guys might be new here, not just to the channel, but to investing in general. And a lot of people, right, especially in my personal life, I was having this conversation just the other day, which sparked the idea on why I should make this episode. And I'm going to be making this more part of my overall content creation. Is a lot of people I talk to that are outside of crypto or are just starting to get their feet wet with crypto because they've heard me talk about it so many times. They're finally getting in, right? They don't know anything about investing. They don't know anything about wealth generation. They don't know how to create wealth. They don't know literally anything about money. So I created a small little graph or diagram or whatever to take you through the different steps of when getting started, what you need to check off, what you need to go through in your mind to get ready to start investing. And this is not a final template. I just started working on it today. I'm going to add a few more steps. It's a very general, and I'm going to walk you through this. So, guys, smash those likes, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be talking about wealth generation here and how to build wealth. What does that mean? What does that entail? And everyone starts at different levels, right? And that's okay. And that's what we're going to cover here. We're going to dive into that here real quick. But first, we're going to do a quick little market overcap, see what Bitcoin is doing, see what some of these altcoins are doing. And we're going to jump into that first. So let's get into it, guys. Bitcoin, right? Everything down today is kind of red. Bitcoin kind of went down. Render is down 11.4%. I dropped a video today talking about Render and specifically about what was happening with that Render price action and the critical levels for Render. Come on now, take me to my profile. If you haven't already, go check this out. Render negative 30% crash, critical levels. Go check that out. Just posted this 5 hours ago. Very, very important if you're especially in Render, especially if you're trying to dollar cost average some lower prices. I definitely cover some of that and what I'm looking for to start picking up some more Render at lower levels here because Render is getting a massive rejection potentially here. So, guys, smash those likes. I appreciate every single one of you guys in here. And let's get back to it. So, Render's down. World is down. WorldCoin, ENA is down. A lot of things are down. Where's Bitcoin at right now? Bitcoin. Let's jump over to the Bitcoin chart here. As you guys can see, whatever happened to my downtrend? Okay, yeah, trend. You got all the little circles here, right? So as you guys can see, like always, I've been talking to you guys about this downward trend, high, lower high, lower high. We broke out of it yesterday. We got rejected today once again at this 63,000. This 63 was massive support, like you see, support. And we broke it here. We came back up, held it, lost it, held it, tried to hold it, lost it again. 63 has been very important, and 61 is the last line of defense. We lose 61, and we're going down. So we got rejected here at 63 once again. Tomorrow is the CPI data coming out, so we'll see what happens with that. Today the PPI data came out. I gave all the information. I dropped that news down here in the Crypto Citadel. PPI data, keep you guys updated about everything that's happening. Make sure you guys are joining the Crypto Citadel where I'm teaching these things and just overall just be part of the Crypto Army Crusader community. That's where you're going to be at. That's where you're going to be communicating. That's where you're going to be interacting with each other. Community is very important to building wealth. The people you surround yourself the most, your closest 5 people around you, determine where your network is your net worth. So if you're surrounding yourself and talking to people constantly that are in the same mindset of you, trying to make money, trying to build wealth, then something is going to happen. If you keep hanging out with people or talking to people that are not in that mindset, all you're going to do is watch Netflix and chill. So, that's just the way it is. So Bitcoin got rejected here at 63, is coming back down, holding above this support line, this downward trend here, held 61,000, even though we wicked below it today. We're holding above 61,000, which is very, very crucial. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the CPI data. Now, over to the actual, and whatever Bitcoin does here is what's going to determine the price action for the altcoins. Bitcoin breaks 63,000 and goes up. Get ready, altcoins are going to boom. Now, if Bitcoin loses 61,000 and starts heading down, get ready. Altcoins are about to dump. Right now, the market is completely sideways and dead. Nobody's paying attention, and that is because Bitcoin is going sideways. So, guys, if you guys aren't already tapping that screen, smashing those likes, I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day. Ernesto, thank you for sharing out the live. I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate every single one of you guys over there. Everyone is talking about GameStop. I'll cover GameStop here in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about this. This is something that I made. Like I said, I made today. All right, let's zoom in here a little bit. So, how to build wealth with crypto. This applies to a lot more than just crypto, but overall, when you first start, you have two different paths, right? You have either you have no money, and when I say no money, I mean anything less than $200, right? $500 plus, you're pretty much, you can somewhat get started, but the amount of money doesn't really matter. I just wanted to make it a quick little split here. The amount of money doesn't really matter because the education is what's really important. But everybody wants to start off, right? I got no money. When you talk to people, they're like, yeah, bro, I got $1,000 and I'm ready to go right now, right? Or you talk to somebody, they're like, bro, I got no money. I can't invest. I want to, but I can't. So that's why I started off this way. So either you have money, no money, or you got money. So if you got no money or less than $200, like I say here, right? Then you got two other choices. Either you got no job and you need to get a job, aka you come down here, get a job, aka fiat miner, right? You're mining fiat, or you already got a job. So then the question becomes, what do you do if I do have a job? Well, you have to invest in your education, right? You got money coming in, invest in your education. Investing in your education is going to do one of two things for you. One, it's going to educate you in the markets and what you're trying to invest in and what you're trying to make money in. Or if you have a job but you're not making a lot of money, let's say a minimum wage job like a McDonald's or something, you invest in your education with the money you're making at McDonald's to be able to get a better job, right? So this is a self-circulating. This can actually go back over here to get a job again and get a better job. So if you got a job but you're making minimum wage, right? You're like, I got a job but I ain't making a lot of money. I make minimum wage. I can't really invest with that, right? Well, invest in your education. Learn a skill, learn a trade, learn how to trade, learn something that can get you a job somewhere paying you more money. So you invest in your education. If you got no job, go get a job, right? Go get a fiat miner and then invest in your education. This is the same thing. You have no job, you get a job at McDonald's, right? Then you invest in your education, then you get a better job. Once you've invested in your education, you got a good job, you got a job, you're making money, right? Now we're going to the next step, reducing expenses. You must reduce expenses. You will not build wealth without sacrifice. And those are sacrifices that you need to take. And the biggest sacrifice is reducing expenses. This is another way on how to make money too, right? So a lot of people get a job, they invest in their education, they're learning they're learning about crypto, right? They're learning about money. They're learning, and let's keep it just crypto here in this topic, right? This can be applied to real estate, this can be applied to practically anything, but stocks, whatever, but let's just apply it to crypto. You invest in your education, right? You're learning about the sector, the industry you're trying to get into, you're trying to invest money in, right? You invest in your education, you get a better job, all this stuff. Now you got to reduce expenses. You must reduce expenses. Reducing expenses will allow you to make more money to invest more with. One simple example is this, right? Let me pull out my calculator here. One simple example, calculator. One simple example is coffee. Everybody like drinking that coffee, but nobody like making it. So a lot of people go to Starbucks and let's say $4, right? $4 for a cup of coffee, right? I'm not even going to round up to 5, just $4 for a cup of coffee. That times 5, right? That's only one cup of coffee. A lot of people that drink coffee, I don't drink any coffee. I drink zero coffee. I live life in hard mode. No coffee, no stimulants, no nothing. Just raw dogging life every day, all day. So $4, right? Every single day, just Monday through Friday. I'm not even going to count the weekends. I know you mother effers are out there drinking coffee on the weekends too, right? Let's assume Starbucks. That's $20. That's $20 a week, right? That's times 4 times 4 weeks in a month, right? That's $80. That's $80 right there that you can free up to dollar cost average to build your portfolio, whatever. $80. You're like, oh man, that's not a lot. Okay, give me a second here. Let me cook. Give me a second. Oh, every time you go out to dinner, right, on the weekends, that's an easy $50. That's an easy $50. Let's say you go out to dinner twice a week. Twice a week, 50 times 2, that's $100. Times 4, 4 weeks, that's $400 plus the $80 we just did. That's $480 right there. $482, $480 right there that you just made yourself by stopping buying coffee every single day, Monday to Friday, just Monday to Friday, one cup of coffee at $4, and stop going out to eat, right? Stop going out to eat, buy groceries, cook at home, and you're gonna save yourself $400 easy. Just going out to eat twice, going out to eat twice, $50 easy, plus tip, plus whatever, $50 easy, gone. That's $480 right there. You've already freed up by reducing just those two things. Sacrifices, guys, sacrifices. If you have little money or no money and you're trying to build wealth, right? Reducing expensive is going to be one key thing to do. I've done this for many years. You guys, if you guys could ever actually have a conversation with Keeper, right, outside of and ask him personal questions about me, you can ask him how I live, what I've done in the last 4 or 5 years, the sacrifices I've made to be able to reduce my expenses to the point where you guys don't even know. When I was in, I'll get more into this later. I don't want to get caught up here forever. Reducing expenses in any kind of way possible, right? Whether it's reducing how many streaming services you're applying to, reducing your debt, reducing your credit card debt, mostly because credit card debt has huge amounts of interest on it, right? So if you have a large amount of credit card debt, I highly recommend you get a consolidation loan. You get a consolidation loan, you consolidate your debt into a loan, right? The loan's going to have maybe 5 to 7%, 8%, depending on your credit score, right, of interest on it, and you can pay that down a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently than you can on a credit card, because credit cards have anywhere between 20 to 30% interest easy. 20 to 30% interest, which is a lot harder to pay when you start getting to the $4,000, $5,000, even $10,000 credit. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. I've done it twice. I've consolidated my debt twice on credit cards because they've gotten crazy out of hand, right? These are things that people don't know about me, but I have to learn all these things on my own. So once you've reduced your expenses, reduce your debt, reduce your credit card payments, right? Reduce all these things, reduce how much money you're spending on luxuries, eating, coffee, all these things. You're saving more money on top of the money that you're already making from your job to free up more money to invest. And then we get to the next step, right? Saving money. You now are able to manage this, right? Because investing is all about risk management. Once you've been able to manage to get a job, you're managing the risk of making money. You're making money, you've invested in your education, you're learning about this sector, you once again manage this. Now you've managed to reduce expenses, and now you're managing to save money. Now you've done this for a couple of months, maybe 2, maybe 3 months, whatever it is, right? And you've saved up some money. You've got this whole rhythm here going on. You got a job, you're investing in your education, you're continuing to learn, you're continuing to reduce your expenses, you're continuing to save money. Now you've got capital to start going. So wow, crazy when you put it into perspective. Yeah, super crazy when you put things into perspective on how much money people spend. And that's just simple going out to eat and buying coffee. Let's not even talk about going out for drinks, right? I live in Miami. You go out for drinks, any drink is easy. You order an old fashioned, $15. $15. You ain't gonna get no buzz off $15 off one whiskey, right? Off one bourbon. That ain't gonna happen. So you gotta order 2, you gotta order 3. That's already $45. 3 drinks, $45. And people do that in Miami Monday to Monday. Every day after work, people go out for drinks. They go to the wharf. They go downtown to freaking, what you call it, to I forget what they call it. I'm completely blanking out on the name right now. Where everybody goes and hangs out, I forget. Whatever. People go out drinking every single day. They go out to the bar, whatever it is. A beer, $5, right? You go to any bar, a beer is $5, real simple, $4. You spend so much money on all these things, and at the end of the month, you're spending a ton of money. And this is why people always say, "I have no money to invest." No, you do have money to invest. You're just spending all your money, right? So now, let's say you've accomplished this whole segment here. You've come all the way down to saving money, and now you go here. Now you've got money. You've got capital. So you could start here. Maybe you already have a good paying job, right? You graduated from college, right? When I started here when I got out of college. When I got out of college, I didn't have money. I had no money. I did this without knowing I was doing this. That's the thing. I was doing this without knowing, right? Before getting my job. And then when I graduated college, I got a job. It was paying me like 55,000 at the time, reduced expenses. I lived in a 1-1 apartment that I split half the rent with my girlfriend at the time. So I was paying $600 of rent. I had no car payment because I had an old 2000 beat up car, Buick Regal from 2000, right? I'm talking about 2016. I had a 2000. I had a car from 2000 that was all beat up, had like almost 100,000 miles on it, whatever. No car payment, and I kept that car all the way up to about 2020, 2019, 2020, around there is when I finally got rid of that car and I bought my first car. So I had no car payment for the first entire bull run that I was in, or bear market that I was in. Um, Tons of sacrifices and reducing expenses, but whatever. Now you have money. Let's go back to it. You've done all this, right? You've got money. You're like, hey, bro, I got $1,000, $10,000, whatever. Maybe some of you already have a job. Maybe some of you have already saved up money and you have $10,000, $5,000, $1,000 ready to invest, right? But just because you have money, you still need to invest in your education. If you have money and you don't invest in your education, you got nothing. You're just gambling, right? You're just throwing your money at the market or whatever, and you're just throwing your money away. So you still have to invest in your money in your education, even if you start with money. Even if you start with $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, you still got to invest in your education. That means reading books. That means going on YouTube, right? And when you invest in your education, it doesn't just mean go to college. No, you can learn a ton. And investing, it doesn't just mean spending money on your education, just spending time. You have to invest and commit time into your education, whether it's YouTube, it's reading books, whatever it is, however you consume content to learn, go do that. And if it costs money, it costs money. If it doesn't cost money, if you do it for free, you definitely can always find some type of way online to learn. So you still got to invest in your education. Then you got to start investing in your money, right? So when you're saying, okay, now I'm ready, I got money, I invested in my education, if you came from over here, I did all of this already, right? I already got it. And then boom, you're good to go. You're ready to invest money. Okay, now comes building a portfolio. Like I said, we're sticking to crypto here. This is how to build wealth with crypto. You guys just tuning in here on Blockchain Crusader. This is something a little different than what I do normally, but let's get right onto it. Right now, you've done all of this. You've invested. You've got your money. You reduce your expenses. You got cash flow coming in, because that is what you need. You need a bankroll to continue to build your portfolio. And this is something that the problem that a lot of people run into. They come in, I got $1,000 only. They have no more way. They have no other way of growing that portfolio, right? They've got $1,000. That's all they say. They saved every little penny they can for the last 6 months, saved up $1,000, and they're like, that's all I got. I got no way of making more money. That takes you to this part here of invest in your education and get a better job, right? Get a better job. You can do that simultaneously, right? Parallels. You can do things in parallel. You don't spend 6 months doing everything to then be able to start learning or start getting involved. But that's a different conversation, right? We're here at Build Portfolio. So you're at Build Portfolio. You got two goals here, or two paths you can go from building your portfolio, right? When you start building your portfolio, whatever cryptos you're buying, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever you're buying, you're building your portfolio. You have two goals. Either you're hodling for long term, meaning you're buying and you're holding for long term. You're not taking any profits. You're just putting your money, sitting down, and just bam, I'm just building into my portfolio. To do this long term, to build this type of portfolio where you're just hodling, right? Especially throughout the bear market, you need capital. You need a bankroll. This is where you need a job, right? You need a fiat miner to continuously feed you money, an extra 500, 600,000 bucks at the end of every month, to continue putting into your portfolio, continue building it, continue buying Ethereum, continue dollar cost averaging, right? Continue growing. That's what I did. And I'm going to go into some other paths here as well that are not on this chart just yet. So that's what you need to build a portfolio. If you just come in with $1,000 only and that's all you have, and you spend all 1,000 into making your portfolio for the first time, and you got no more bankroll to dollar cost average on your way down, it's gonna be rough, bro. It's not impossible, but it's gonna be very, very rough for sure. Very rough, because things are going to drop, things are going to depreciate, and you're not going to be able to buy lower, right? And you're never going to get in at the bottom unless you got in at the bear market where you're buying literally practically the bottoms. That's not going to happen. So what's the other path? Cash flow. What does that mean, right? I wrote as cash flow because it's an over the blanket term. That means you're buying into crypto, right? You're buying cryptos and you're taking profits. You're taking profits, meaning you're up, right? You bought Ethereum at 1,000, 1,500, right? 2,000. It pumped to 3,000. Guess what? You took profits. You pulled out your initial. You pulled out your initial 2,000. You left your 1,000 of profit there, and then you said, "Well, now I'm going to use that 2,000 to go reinvest." And it's circular motion, right? You're continuously the money coming from here. Let me where's my little arrows here? I can't build in the little arrow, whatever. The money coming from here is coming back into building your portfolio. Cash flow, right? It's coming back here. It's a circular motion, coming continuously going back. Another way that cash flow is used is, well, you're building your long-term portfolio, right? And I've shown you guys this in the Citadel, right? Where it's basically, if we come here, where is it? Oh, nope, not that one. Cash flow, right? You put in capital, you're buying crypto, and then what? You're providing liquidity. You're doing DeFi, right? Doing things like this will provide you liquidity, will provide you with APY, right? You're collecting daily fees, which are then coming back to your capital, which you continue to build. So what's an example of that? Let me show you an example of that, right? An example of that is if we come over here to this app, defi.crystal.app is a quick, easy DeFi app that I use, right? We come here. No, I'm not going to turn on my wallet right now. This is what is this? This is on, okay, here. There's a simple example, right? This is a pool here on base, wrapped Ethereum with USDC, low risk. TVL is 13 million, volume is 70 million. Very key aspects, very important, right? And then what? You put in $1,000, right? Let's say you bought $1,000 of Ethereum anyways. You already bought $1,000 of Ethereum and it's sitting in your HODL bag. Well, if you put it to work, right? If you put it to work, guess what? You're making $3 of every single day. Oh, you're like, oh my God, that is trash. That is trash. Why would I do that? Well, at the end of the month, you're making $90. Let me at the end of the month, you're making $90. At the end of the year, you made an extra $1,100, right? On an asset that appreciates itself. So the Ethereum, right, especially if we're running it into the bull market, it is appreciating with value, with time. So the Ethereum is going from 2,000 to 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000. And at the same time, you are earning money. You're earning $90 every single month, right? Which then you're reinvesting in here. You're compounding that, or you're taking profits. You're taking it off the table, right? You're taking $90 every single day, every single month off the table, and you're building back your initial capital, right? And at the end of the month, you're getting $1,100 at the end of the year. And this is a very simple, short. This is a 9% APY monthly, 110% on yearly. Where do you make that in a bank? You don't make that in a bank. Banks right now, at most, I've seen Truist and American Express, high yield, 4%, 4.2% percentages. You're getting 9% monthly here. You're getting, 110% a year. This is with $1,000. Obviously, if you've got $10,000 in your Ethereum bag that you're holding long term, guess what? You're making $30 a day, $903 a month. $10,900 a month with the $10,000 that you invested anyways. So in a year, you've more than broken even on your initial investment, gaining these APYs. Yes, these APYs fluctuate, right? They go up, they go down. You find a different pool, you invest it somewhere else, you put it into a different blockchain. All these things are different things you learn in the Citadel. But nonetheless, this is the simple breakdown. An asset that you're going to be holding anyways, that's going to be sitting there in your HODL bag, appreciating in value. You can put it to work and you can cash flow money, making $30 a day on this liquidity pool, which is a low APY, low risk pool, because it's wrapped Ethereum with USDC. So the volatility is very low compared to a lot of other stuff, right? More volatility, more APY, more risk, right? I like to keep it very conservative on risk. So that is something very simple here that you can do to cash flow and make your money make you more money. So there's a lot of different ways you can get into all of this, right? The way I started, I'm gonna cut my story here. I'm gonna say it real quick, and then we'll jump into the TA, jump into the different altcoins. Make sure you start dropping that into that crypto guy. Dímelo, Crusader, what's going on? Start dropping into the chat, guys. What altcoins you want me to cover? I'll definitely do that. I know some of you guys want to look at GameStop. We'll look at ICP, AVAX, and a few others. Bitcoin, we'll look at Bitcoin as well again. So the way I got started, right? The way I got started was I was in college. I graduated college. Before I even graduated college, I knew that I always wanted to save up money and invest it. I knew that I didn't want to just put my money in the bank and just keep it there, right? I came from a family that would always tell me, work, save money, and that's it. That's your whole life. And I was like, there's got to be more. I was always looking at people that, how to retire early, how to make passive income, how to do all these things. I was always looking at these YouTube videos, looking at these different stories and how all these people did that. So I had somewhat of an inkling of what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how, right? So I didn't have money when I was in college. I was broke. I was a broke college kid, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. There was a time where I literally ran out of money, and I spent 2 weeks living with my bank account under a dollar. Under a dollar. I had like 97, 98 cents sitting in my bank account for 2 weeks. And I was just like living off whatever little fumes I had of food, whatever I had left, because it was rough. It was a rough time. But nonetheless, and then I was able to finally get a job at the end of those 2 weeks. I got a part-time job that was paying me, what was it, like $600 every 2 weeks. And it changed my life, right? I was literally at the breaking point, but I was able to get through it. When I graduated college, like I said, I started making money, $55,000 a year, which at the time, right, $55,000 doesn't sound like a lot, right? But this is back in 2016. This is a different time, right? So 55,000 a year, right, divided by 52 weeks is $1,057 a week. Times four, right? Well, times four is $4,230. That's that's before taxes, right? After taxes is like $4,000 flat. Let's just put $4,000 a month flat. Guess what? I had $600 of rent, and I spent about $80 of food per every 2 weeks. I spent $80 at Walmart on food, which I split with my girlfriend at the time. Right, so I was actually spending $40 every 2 weeks. So I was spending $80 a month on food, $80 a month on food. But sorry about that. Give me a second. So 4,000 minus the 600 minus, let's round up to $120 a month on food, right? This is groceries. This is not going out to eat, right? That leaves me with $3,280. Guess what I did when I first graduated college? I graduated college with $20,000 in debt of student loans. I paid off my student loans in a year and a half. I was paying $1,500 a month, which is now we're near the minimum was like $200. So let's subtract 1,500 from here. There was months that I even paid up to 2,000, but let's just 1,500 from student loans, reducing my expenses, reducing my debt, right? Left me with $1,700 at the end of every month. And then let's take out an extra $500 a month for luxuries. That means going out to eat. That means drinks, right? I was living in a college town, going out for drinks, buying random miscellaneous things. I was collecting a bunch of different pew pews, freedom fighters out there back then. So let's take off 500 more bucks a month here. Boom, leaving me with $1,280 every single month to invest. And I didn't have a car payment. My phone bill was like $150. So let's subtract another $150 here. $150 leave me with $1,130 after all my expenses back when I was in college. And this is how I started investing. This is how I started putting my money to work, because I knew that at the end of every month I had this much of money left over that I can continue to bankroll. But it doesn't just end here. Another thing that I knew was, instead of using my own money, I used a loan. I used other people's money, right? I was learning about Robert Kiyosaki and not using your own money, because I could just throw all $1,130 of my own into the market and continue doing that. But guess what? I didn't do that. And I'm not telling you this. I'm not saying this because this is telling you to do this. This is just what I did. like I said, I had leftover roughly about $1,130 at the end of the month. I went and took out a $16,000 loan. I went and took out a $16,000 loan. My payment on this loan was about $500. It was a little bit north of 500, but let's just round down to 500 for easy numbers. $500 a month. So we have this. I took out a $16,000 loan for 3 years. I was paying $500. So 1,130 minus $500, right? I still had $630 left over. $630 left over after paying my loan, right? So I invested the $16,000. This is how I was able to grow my portfolio quickly. I invested my 16. Obviously, this was a better time, way better interest rates, right? This is 2016, 2017, even into 2018. It was around that time. I took out the loan somewhere. I took out the loan somewhere at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. I don't remember very well. And I paid it off by 2020. So $630 left. So I took out $16,000, right? $16,000 divided by 12. Let's say a dollar cost average. I was putting in $1,333 into the market every single month, right? Every single month, that's how much I was putting into the market. $1,333. Plus, after paying my loan, I had an extra $630. So if I add $630 to that, guess what? 900. Javier Gonzalez, thank you for hitting that subscribe. Thank you for welcome to the Crusader Army. Make sure you are joining the Crypto Citadel. The link is in the chat. If you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, the link is in my profile. So I was actually putting in $1,963 every single month throughout the bear market. And this is rough estimations, right? It doesn't mean that I was actually putting that exact amount every single month, right? There was months where things were going up, I wasn't buying. There was months where things were going down, and I was buying a lot more. So this is a rough estimation. I was able to increase my buying power from 1,130 to 1,900. So basically almost doubling, almost $2,000, right? From 1,000 to basically 2,000 by taking out $16,000 loan, knowing that I had $1,100 left over every single month that I knew I could pay them the monthly on. I had no problem. I had a long-term job. I was making good money, right? And that was with my first job right out of college, making $55,000. That job then quickly, after 4 months, 5 months, I was able to get a better paying job that was paying me $75,000 at the time, which made me even more money. So I was actually investing more than $2,000 roughly monthly for the next 3 years in the bear market. And I did that because of this diagram right here, right? This thought process. No job, got a job, right? I got a job paying $600 every 2 weeks. I continued to invest in my education. I was going to college. That doesn't mean that you need to go to college. I honestly regret going to college. It set me back. I could have learned everything that I know about programming on YouTube and on other online courses. I got a better paying job, right? Reduced my expenses, no car payment, reduced how much money I was spending on buying stuff, whatever, saved up money, now I got to the section of I got money, continue to invest in my education, learning about crypto. Here I was investing in my education to get better job. Here I was investing in my education to learn about crypto. I spent at least a year learning about crypto before I bought my first crypto. I spent all of 2017 in denial learning about crypto. I didn't buy crypto until the end of 2017. October 20 something was my first purchase ever on Coinbase. So I invested in my education and learning about crypto. I began to invest money. I began to build my portfolio. At the time, I was not cash flowing. At the time, I was just building long-term bags. And the only way to build long-term bags is to have capital. Like I showed you, I was making X amount of dollars plus my loan. I had all this money coming in that I could continue to build long-term, build long-term, build long-term. And that's how I was able to build my long-term portfolio. And that's how I was able to begin to build wealth with crypto. And I understand when people see wealth, they automatically think millions of dollars. By no chance am I a millionaire. Am I on my way there? Yes, I'm on my way to be a millionaire. And I believe between now and 2030, I will be a multimillionaire, right? That's what I'm working towards. Wealth is very different. You can be wealthy. You can be, I know people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and are broke, right? Because of how much expenses and how expensive their lifestyle is, they're broke, right? I know people that have, $500,000 house, and guess what? Their whole life revolves around paying that mortgage. That's all they live for because they can't go on vacations, they can't go anywhere. So their wealth is where's their wealth, right? I don't have a $500,000 house, but I have more wealth than they do. And I have a longer term wealth than they do. I actually have assets, investments. I don't have liabilities like they do, right? So, and some people can be financially independent with 300,000. They're like, hey, if I make $300,000, I know I can live off of that for X amount of time, living however they want to live, right? Whether you're living in an RV and you're traveling around the United States, right, and you're living as frugal as possible, or you go live off grid, you buy a farm, you buy a piece of land, and you go live with that, right? But the long term thing is you need to learn how to make money, to continuously make money, to be able to remove yourself from this matrix, from this 9 to 5 rat race, right? But in the meantime, you use the 9 to 5 to dig your way out of the matrix by putting your money into your education, into building portfolios, into investing to grow that money, right? And if you, like I said, if you're working paycheck to paycheck, there's ways to reduce expenses, there's ways to invest in your education to get a better job. And all these things, I honestly do believe is very important to be done here within the next 6 years. I think the next 6 years is the last chance that we have, right? By the time 2030 comes around, if you have not begun to do this and achieve these things, AI is going to disrupt everything. People are going to lose jobs left and right when AI fully takes over. People don't understand how disruptive AI is going to be. People don't understand how bad the economy is, how bad the US dollar economy is. They don't understand that the US dollar is collapsing slowly, but it's collapsing nonetheless. And it doesn't matter who comes to power. Doesn't matter if Cheeto Man, right, Mr. Orange comes in and takes over, or if sleepy narcolepsy over there continues to run the show. It doesn't matter who comes. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on. It doesn't matter. Neither of them can stop what's happening to the US dollar because the government cannot stop printing money. The government cannot stop the damage it's already done to the dollar, to the fiat system, the debt system that we live in, right? That is just constant debt upon debt upon debt. And all that debt drives us to be NPCs, for a better word, right? Compared to the other word, the S word, an NPC stuck in the matrix, not ever being able to get out. So that being said, that is my whole rant on how to build wealth. Like I said, I'm going to build this out even more into more precise ways, into more different, and fall into some of these in built in building portfolio, right? Different assets. What did I do? How did I do it? How would I do it again if I had to start over, right? All these things, I will be building this out more, and I'll be building this out, especially in the Crypto Citadel here in the Discord. So make sure you're jumping in there. It's free to jump in. I definitely have a premium section that I specifically heavily focus on DeFi pools, what ranges, what pools am I getting into, right? All these things. But and it's 50 cents a day. 50 cents a day. It doesn't cost a lot. It's 50 cents. 50, half a dollar a day to be in there. It supports me, it helps me out, and you become part of a community of like-minded individuals that are focused on making money, focused on learning about money, focused on learning how to make their money work for them. Because in crypto, everybody's like, oh, be your own bank, hold your own crypto. Yeah, cool. But guess what? Banks put their money to work. Banks don't just hold the money in the vault. They put that thing to work to make more money. And that's what people need to learn how to do here in crypto as well. So now that that's over, if you guys liked that piece of content, you guys like that stuff, drop a 1 in the chat right now. Drop a 1 in the chat right now. Is that chart in your Discord? Yes, the chart is in the Discord. It's in the free section and in the paid section. But yes, it is there. So that being said, if you guys like that type of content, drop a 1. I'm definitely going to be incorporating this more into my live streams, teaching people how to build wealth, how to actually do the things that people have done, not just talk about, because everybody comes into crypto, right? And they're just like, well, what crypto do I buy? Make me money, right? And a lot of people, I've sat down to talk to them and they're like, dude, just tell me, what do I buy? And it's not just about what do you buy, because things are always changing. You must educate yourself in what you're investing. You must educate yourself on money. You must educate yourself on risk management. You must educate yourself on how to manage all of these things and how to build a long-term plan. Because it is a plan. It's not just a, oh, flying by the seam of my pants, right? Just like, oh, today I'm doing this and tomorrow I'm doing that. No, you need to have a long term goal. Okay, my long term goal was to become the first millionaire in my family. I was going to break out of the matrix. I will not work a 9 to 5 job and make somebody else rich for the rest of my life. It's okay if you want to do that. It's okay. Some people enjoy their 9 to 5 jobs. That's okay. It wasn't okay for me. It was not okay for me. I didn't want to live that lifestyle. I wanted to be able to be flexible with my time. I didn't want to spend 40 hours of my life every single week working for somebody else. I'd rather spend 40 hours a week working for me and being able to build something to the point that it becomes sustainable, that I can walk away from, have more time to spend with my family, travel when I want to. I don't want 2 weeks out of the year, 15 days out of the year to be able to travel. I want to be able to travel whenever I want with my family, right? And take them on vacations and take them here and take them there, right? I want that freedom. I want, right, to do those things. So to do that, I needed to create my own lifestyle. I needed to create my own wealth. I needed to do this because my family didn't know how to do it. They weren't going to teach me. Nobody that I grew up with knew how to do it. I needed to learn myself. And I know a lot of you guys are out there in the same situation like I was, right? And I'm still learning. It's not that I don't know everything. I'm still learning. But if you're out there and you're just getting started and you just want to start learning about this, I urge you to jump into the Crypto Citadel so that we can do this together, because I wish there was somebody that could have helped me not make as many mistakes, not take as long as I did, right? I wish I would have started earlier. I wish I wouldn't have gone to college. I wish I would have started back when I was 18, 20, right? Versus the last 3 years. What I've done in the last 3 years. Crypto Billy, thank you for smashing. Crypto Billy tipped. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Crypto Billy just dropped $50 super chat, bro. You did not have to. You did not have to do that, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much, Crypto Billy. I greatly appreciate the support. Crypto Billy, if you guys don't know who this is the best person one of the best people I've ever met in the crypto space. Most loving, most like just great person overall. Crypto Billy, if you don't know who he is, he's literally involved with everybody in crypto. He is the most giving person out there. That's why he's hashtag givers gain, right? That's his whole thing. Hashtags givers gain. He's really started that. He's got a Twitter space happening today, 9 p.m. Eastern time, every Tuesday on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Billy Goat Tales. They're building out a 30-chapter NFT book that is being recorded from these spaces, and they're hitting very good topics on. They're not just talking about crypto. They're talking about just life, wealth, how to build wealth, how to build connections, how to look at different things in crypto, in money, in overall business. Very great space. Definitely go check that out if you haven't already. I highly urge you guys to go check that out. Billy Gotel's in the chat. I see it right there in the chat on Twitter. Boom. I mean on Twitter, on TikTok. I see it right there in the chat. So make sure you guys are go following him on TikTok as well. I didn't know they had a TikTok. But yes, I appreciate every single one of you guys in here. I appreciate every single one of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, joining the Crusader Army. But yes, this is what I'm dedicating myself to doing. I'm tired of just talking about crypto. I'm tired about just talking about the TA of these different altcoins. Are they going to go up? Are they going to go down? I want to talk to you guys about how to make money, how to build wealth. Because most people just come in here with $200 and they want to throw it into a meme coin and make $1 million. And maybe one or two people actually achieve that, but the grand majority of people don't. Thank you so much for the crown. Thank you. I appreciate all the gifts on TikTok. Thank you so much. The majority of you don't. The majority of you will throw your $200, your only $200, right? Loot. Never have anything else to invest. Chris G, joining the Crusader Army. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Welcome to the Crusader Army. Like I said, the link to the Discord is pinned in the chat on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, it's in my profile. Join in on my profile. So I'm tired of just talking about crypto. I want to talk about how to make money with crypto, how to learn these processes, how to do these things, how to manage your life, right? How to get your life in the right perspective to get these things done. So definitely going to be diving into that, more of that type of content here. but I've done this enough. Do I need to gift more? No, Abraham, you do not need to gift more. Thank you so much for a crown. I don't know how much that's worth, but I think it's a significantly. I think it's significant. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys gifting anything, sending any super chats, joining the Discord, whether it's premium or free, doesn't matter. Definitely greatly appreciate. Crypto Billy says we need to team up and do a space together. 100%, bro. 100%. I'm gonna try to jump on today. I can't promise. My daughters are sick right now. One of them has a fever, so I can't promise I'll be on there. But I do want to get with you, Billy, and whether it's a space or something, I definitely want to reach out to you and start getting something done with you. Because dude, you're a great person in the space, the best, if not, if one of the best, if not the best people in the space overall. So definitely want to get with you to start working with you on ideas on different things. Mustafa, thank you for joining the Crusader Army. Let's freaking go. Welcome to the Crusader Army. Okay, let's jump into some of these cryptos, right? So Bitcoin here overall, like I said, yesterday broke down out of this downward trend up to 63,000. Got hit that today. We got rejected. The PPI data did not come out as good as expected. As we can jump over here, you can see the core producer index was announced at zero point 0.5, expected 0.2. That's not good. The core producer price index annual, that was the monthly. The annual was announced at 2.4, expected 2.4, so that's okay. The producer index monthly announced at 0.5, expected 0.03. That's not good. And then the producer price index annually was announced at 2.2, expected 2.2. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I'm trying to join the Discord, but I'm having trouble. Rich, what are you having trouble with joining the Discord? You need to join in, and it's going to ask you to do a few steps to verify that you're a human, verify that you're you're not a bot or something, and then you'll be able to join in. You'll get one of these blue rolls, becoming a Crusader. And then if you want to go and upgrade, there's a channel here called Upgrade, which takes you to my Patreon and shows you the how to sign up to get that. So I see Robert Peak, I see Godric, I see Stevie, all you guys joining in here. Gotta be very careful with this link. Nope, this is gotta go. No links here, no links here. Because that's not safe. We don't know where that link is coming from. So Bitcoin, once again, rejected at 63,000, coming back, retesting the upper side of this downward trend. Hopefully tomorrow with the CPI data, we get some good bullish news. If we do, I expect us to blow past this 63. We got a 0.5 here at 64, and a gold pocket sitting between 66,000 and 67,000. Right? If we get bad information, I expect us to lose this 61,000 finally and start moving down towards this 58 $1,000 Bitcoin, potentially down to 55. We will see what happens tomorrow when it happens. Kalista says, agree. Building wealth is more than just buying crypto. Appreciate your perspective. Thank you. 100%, man. Like, we need to get away from this perspective of just buying crypto if you don't know anything about, building wealth, right? Because everybody gets stuck with 401ks, Roth IRAs, all these different things that take you away, right? Even though there are retirement plans, there are better ways right now to build wealth than a 401k. I don't have a 401k. I never had one. Let me take that back. I had one right before I got into crypto as heavily as I did. Once I learned what I could do with my own money, I was like, I'm not locking up my money in a 401k with massive penalties if I ever want to withdraw it early. If not, I have to wait till I'm an old man to take advantage of that money. No, give me my money. I'm going to put my money to work. I'm going to put it into some assets that are outperforming absolutely everything, that will blow past my 401k drastically. And I will be able to do all this way before I'm an old man. So that definitely, learning how to build wealth is so key. And we can do this with crypto. This is the thing, right? Merging it with crypto, learning how to build wealth, learning how to do all these things, and doing it with crypto is exponential, right? You can do it traditionally in the stock world with your 401k, with your Roth, with your life insurance policies, right? All these things, infinite banking. There's all these methods, right? But they take so much time. They take 10 plus 10, 20, 30, 40 years to actually build you the wealth that you're talking about. And by that time, you're an old ass man or an old ass woman. And I'm not here for that. I don't want to be a millionaire when I'm 60, 70, right? I want to be a millionaire not now, right? Because you also got to realize that you're not going to become a millionaire in a year or 2 years. It's a 5 to 10 year plan to becoming a millionaire. I think it's very possible to become a millionaire with 5 to 10 years when you have a plan and you're dedicated to making it happen. I just do my employer match on 401k. Yeah, that's fine, right? It's free money getting your employer plan. I'm saying if some people wants to use it, that's okay. Everybody has different strategies. We don't all have to agree. I personally didn't do it. The match was great, but I just didn't do it because I didn't want that money locked up in a 401k retirement plan on the stock market, gaining practically nothing when I knew I could be putting it into some of these assets like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, that were going to appreciate in value way more. So I gave up the free match money to be able to make my money build itself and grow a lot faster, right? One of the biggest mistakes my parents ever did was not taking out their money from their 401k during the fog around the world, right? The great fog, remember that 2021, 2022, the stock market took a massive dip. And the first thing was we started getting letters. Hey, the market's coming down right now. You can pull all your money for with no penalties. Crypto Billy says, easy. I'm 58. I'm not trying to offend anybody. Everybody has to start at different times. Everybody has different things. You've been building and working your butt off your entire life, and it's been working out for you great, right? But the majority of the time that you did that, crypto didn't exist. Crypto just came out the last 10 years. So, but the people that are starting now, crypto is a great freaking boost to really grow really rapidly. So I told my parents, hey, bro, we have the opportunity of a lifetime. Pull your money from your 401k right now, right? Put half of it into real estate. This was at the beginning of the fog around the world. Housing was not launching yet. I said, put half of it into real estate. I know you guys like that, right? Put it half into real estate. Get the other half and buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's all you need. Bitcoin was less than $5,000. It was like $3,000, $4,000 because of the massive fog around the world dip already had happened, right? So Bitcoin was sitting at less than $5,000. Ethereum was literally like $100, maybe 150 at the time. I told them, buy Bitcoin and Ethereum with the second half. You'll be set for life. Don't ever worry about it. They didn't listen to me. They didn't pull their money from their 401k. They left it there. And guess what? Real estate exploded and Bitcoin and Ethereum exploded, and they missed out on the lifetime opportunity to make lifetime changing money to retire forever. They missed it because they were afraid. They don't understand how to make money. They just think make work, save money, work, save money, work, save money. And they missed out a lifetime opportunity. They missed it. Now, if you try to take out your a year after that happened, Bitcoin started to explode. My dad was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to do it now." Guess what? In 2022, nope. They said, "Nope, that's it. That opportunity to be able to withdraw without fees is gone." I told them, "Look into the fees. Take the hit. It's okay, and put the money to work anyways, and you'll make it up." Obviously, Bitcoin wasn't at $5,000 anymore, but it was still going to make them a good amount of money. Ethereum wasn't at 150, but it was maybe 500, 600, 800 bucks, whatever that was. It was still going to make them a lot of money. Didn't do it. Missed the second opportunity of their life. Switched my Roth IRA to crypto. Let's freaking go, Barry. Let's freaking go. Crypto Billy says Miguel is right. Nobody should be investing in a 401k when Bitcoin is only 60K. Pull it all would be my opinion. I can't get to mine, but if I could, it would be in Bitcoin. Just my opinion. Dude, 100%. That's exactly how I live. I have no 401k. I have no retirement plan. Crypto and Bitcoin are my retirement plan. That is my long-term investing retirement plan. 100%. Because then once that happens, there's other ways to then be able to pull loans against your asset, right? So you don't ever have to sell. You don't have to get hit with taxes. And doing that then takes you to a point of not paying taxes because you're putting loans on your crypto and you're getting cash flow once again. But that's a deeper conversation for a different time. Will Arrow resurrect and Moon? I think it will. 100%. Let's jump into some of these altcoins here. I've literally been live for an hour. This is the kind of conversation that gets me going, dude. And we haven't even hit any of the altcoins. So let's jump into Solana here. We'll hit Arrow just in a minute. So Solana here on the daily, still sitting above the 138. This is very critical, right? We're building kind of an M pattern here, which is not great. We don't want to see this, right? An M pattern is not bullish; it's a bearish pattern, right? And then an M pattern, we come down here to the neckline and we break down below 125, 126. Could be very, very bearish for Solana in the short term. This is all going to be dependent on Bitcoin. What does Bitcoin do? If Bitcoin drops, then we'll probably fill this M pattern and we could potentially drop lower for Solana. I would personally be dollar cost averaging anything below 116, even 126. I will start looking at Solana once we start getting approaching this 115, 116 area all the way to 100. I will definitely be dollar cost averaging massively. That is a pullback of about all the way down here, about 29%, which is very doable for altcoins. Coming down to 112 is 21%. Coming to 116 is 17%. Very doable for altcoins if it drops. So now let's hit arrow. Where's my arrow chart? Let me see here. I was just looking at arrow. Yep, here it is. Arrows could be in trouble here in the short term, right? Short term. So we have this massive downward trend here that we've called that we created when we peaked out around $2, right? The range for April. We lost the range for April coming down here in May. We started to come down massively. We bumped back up to $1.28, hit the 0.5, got rejected, came down and filled this gold pocket once again, right? We fell right through the gold pocket of $1.02. Came back down, coming to this support line here of 82 cents. This is the first support of 82 cents. If we lose 82 cents to about between 80 to 82 cents, we should find some support here. We can continue to kind of just play along here as Bitcoin chops around. If we lose 82 to 80 cents, my next level here is 74 cents, which puts us back in the range that we were in March of 2024. If that has lost, the first level here would be 61 cents. If we lose the 74, 61, and then obviously the naked point of control, the monthly naked point of control, which is a huge naked point of control sitting down here at 45 cents, is a massive drop. Obviously, that's more than a 50% drop. What is that? That is 51% drop from where we're at right now. I do not expect this to happen for Arrow unless we see, catastrophic price action for Bitcoin to the downside. I don't expect that either. I honestly think 55K is potentially the lowest, maybe a little bit, maybe as low as 49 at most for Bitcoin on a quick wick. But that's the worst case I potentially expect for Bitcoin. So I don't really looking forward to this 45 cents area as a high probability, but it is a probability nonetheless that we need to talk about that does exist. I honestly do think that 61 around here would probably be the worst on a wick to the downside before Bitcoin pulls back up and pulls the altcoins back up. We might not even go that low, but those are the price targets that I'm looking at on the downside. Obviously, to the upside, we need to get back above $1.46. We got to get back above $1 in general, and just in general, that's going to be the first target, is getting back above $1. But Arrow in the long term, I'm very bullish on Arrow long term. Always bringing the alpha. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, Mick Capper. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about Baby Bonk chart. I haven't looked at the meme coins in a while. I'm staying away from the meme coins right now because of the simple fact that meme coins ain't going to do crap until Bitcoin figures out what it's doing with its life. When Bitcoin figures out what it's doing with its life, the altcoins are going to respond. Once the altcoins begin to respond, the meme coins will begin to respond, right? I know right now with the GameStop thing going on, we've seen Pepe and Floki kind of popping off a little bit, 6 to 8%, 31% this week, right? 3% on the day, 8% on the week for Floki. But not all the meme coins are responding this way. Not all the meme coins are responding this way. So we got to be very, very careful with the meme coins right now, because I told you guys when the markets drop, the entire meme coin economy is going to disappear. It's going to be the first thing to melt. That would be a gift at 61 cents, massive buying opportunity. I 100% agree with you, Ricky. Arrow at 61 cents is a huge buying opportunity. I definitely agree. Not financial advice. That's definitely where I'm going to be scooping up. Can you still check it out for me? Yeah, I'll check out Baby Bonk. Let me see here. Baby Bonk. Baby Bonk on. Okay, let's see here. Not a lot of data, but okay, I'll do my best. I'll do my best here. Let's get the range for April. Get the range for March. What the heck? Okay. All right. So we can see right here. We were in the range. We were in this range here for April. May started. We had a massive move to the upside. We blasted through the value area high for baby bonk. This is a crazy number of a bunch of freaking zeros. 3760, right? With all of the zeros in the front. We busted through that value area high. We came up to the point of control for the March range. Came up to the point of control. We wicked a little bit higher, but we got rejected at the point of control here, which is 58. 132 with a bunch of zeros in the front. I don't know how many zeros that is. Hit that, got rejected. Oh. Sorry about that. TikTok was trying to verify I'm still human. We hit there. We came down. We came back. We retested again. Created a little bit of a double top here, double top situation for baby bonk, and then are coming back down. So can we continue going down? Absolutely. If we continue to go down, I expect to find some support here on the 44,620, 44,620, which is the value area high for April. Let's pull a fib here from this bottom, to this top. Let's see where this gold pocket lines up. We just filled that gold pocket yesterday. We filled the gold pocket yesterday, finding a bit of a bounce today. As you guys can see here, we filled this gold pocket, this 0.65. So we could have a little bit of a bounce here back to the upside. But if we don't, if Bitcoin drops tomorrow, we continue to see drop. I expect this to drop right through the gold pocket and head towards this 3740, 37,600, some change about here, which is the value area high for March. And we also have the pivot down here as well. So that would be the area of support that I'll be looking for. If Bitcoin starts moving up, then I expect to see a bounce off this gold pocket here and try to retest this point of control up to the upside. Oops, didn't mean to move that. But that's what I'm seeing for baby bonk here in the short term. Now let's jump on over to, let's look at Render here. I just dropped a video on Render. So definitely go check that out. Render has been moving like crazy. We have a NVIDIA's earnings report is on May 22nd, next Wednesday, 8 days from today. We had a massive move to the upside here, hit this gold pocket, filled it, coming back down, kind of lining up here with the 982 is the value area low for the March range. We lose that, we're definitely going to be heading a lot lower. Anything below 930 here is definitely going to be very interesting. We have obviously the pivot and the point of control here sitting at $8. We lose, and that would be a very important price point to reach back at $8. But this is not the chart that I showed in my video that I made earlier today. So I still highly recommend you guys go check out my Render 30% drop here. Why I think we're going to hit there's a potential for a 30% drop for Render, especially after the earnings report, or if the earnings report is not good. There's a whole different chart that I pulled up with other critical levels to be looking at. So definitely go check that out. Let's see here. Let me jump back into the chat. Crypto Billy says, it's how we get better. Bought DOT at $50. In 2021, had to DCA down to get me a $7 average, but now I'm sitting good. Live and learn. 100% Billy. 100% Billy. Always dropping the alpha. Billy says, another Billy comment here says AGX 0.08, ETH 850. Let's go. Bitcoin 16,000. Solana $12. ADA 25 cents. Let's go. Link 650. Metis, I don't know what that is. $27. How did I learn? I learned from the last cycle. Not a genius. Made lots of mistakes, dude. 100%. This is why it takes time. It takes time to build wealth, right? Especially with crypto. Even though crypto can accelerate building wealth drastically, it takes more than one cycle, right? On the first cycle, you're not gonna. You could get lucky, right? You could get lucky, but that's luck. That's not skill, unless you already come with a lot of prior knowledge and investing skill from a different market, from a different sector. And even then, crypto still has a lot of learning curve to it. So that being said, it definitely takes more than one cycle to get rich, because most time I've seen people get rich in one cycle and they never even took profits, and then they lose it all. And they have to learn that the hard way, the other way. Input on Injective. I'll take a look at Injective here right now. Let's look at Injective. So Injective right now is sitting at $21.40. Let's freaking go. Down 5.3% today, 14% on the week, 15% on the month. Now let's go look at the chart for Injective. Injective here, I'm gonna have to update this. Oh, okay. No, maybe not. Let me see here. So I drew some of these critical levels that are been here for a while. It's been a while since I've looked at Injective, but this I told you guys once we dropped out of this range that the 20s, if we lost 29, we're gonna continue heading down, because look, there's just not a lot of volume here. See this massive range here for the month of December, very low volume, because it was just very aggressive movement to the upside. And when you see ranges like this, these massive wide ranges in 1 month with very low volume, because it was such an aggressive move to the upside, that is most likely going to be retested. And guess what? We had this naked point of control sitting down here at $18. And guess what? When we dropped, we came right to that $18 price point, tapped that naked point of control, bounced, got rejected at 29, and now we're heading back down again. We have a support here at $19. And like I said, it's all dependent on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to drop, I expect Injective to continue to drop. So this $19 to $18 range is going to be some very good support. I would definitely be dollar cost averaging Injective anything between here and lower than that. But if things get really bad for the markets, can it drop lower? Absolutely. As you can see here, we were only in this range of $18 to $19 for a short period of time. And then we had another very massive aggressive growth from $7 to about $10, $12. So a drop from where we're at right now to the value area low, 24%, can take us down to $16 very, very quickly here, which is the value area low of this range. So like from where we're at right now, dropping down to the value area low is another 25%, which is very possible if Bitcoin drops to 55 or lower. Obviously, altcoins can melt 25% very, very easily. Not saying that's exactly where we're going. That's about $16 flat. There's definitely some support along the way, but if Bitcoin has a drastic drop to the downside, that's where we're going, and that's because of all of this aggressive move to the upside with a very low volume. None of these levels have been retested, and now they're getting retested. Now we're about to build support into them. So that's what I'm looking at for Injective here. And obviously Injective had a very aggressive move to the upside because during the airdrop season that everybody was farming, Injective had a lot of airdrops coming its way. A lot of airdrops, and people were staking Injective like crazy to be able to get these airdrops. Injective did pass a proposal to be able to burn a lot of Injective throughout the next 2 to 3 years and make and reduce the inflation rate of Injective, which is very bullish in the long term, not in the short term. So yeah, that's my input for Injective. Let's see here. What other? Let's hit AVAX here real quick. Let's look at AVAX. So AVAX is coming to this value area low of this range here, coming around $31, almost there, not there quite yet. Definitely could come down there, find some support, and make a little bit of a bounce here. But I expect Injective AVAX between $31 to $37. Very strong accumulation zone here. As you can see, we were ranging through here, but look, another one with a very massive, aggressive month in December. This December range, very aggressive to the upside of $47 from $20. Very low volume. Look at all these low volume nodes sitting back here. Very low volume. So between less under $31, if we lose 31 all the way to about $26, we get another big node of volume. But between 31 and 27, there's literally no volume here. No volume because we just have these massive single prints to the upside, massively printing. So I expect that if we lose 31, we definitely fall through that quickly to about 27, 28. And we have this naked point of control sitting down here at $22. That's going to be my major overall target. I'm not saying that we have to or we will meet this $22 target. That is I'll tell you right now how big of a drop that is. From where we're at to that, it is a 29% drop, which, like I said, it's very possible for altcoins. If Bitcoin drops, so reaching this naked point of control doesn't need to happen, doesn't have to happen. I'm not saying that it will happen, but I'm just saying that would be a very critical load the boat for me on AVAX. I'm very bullish on AVAX. So if we see a $22 AVAX, I will definitely be loading up the truck for AVAX on that. I've been dollar cost averaging AVAX here in the 30s because this has been a good accumulation zone. But if we do see further drop in the market, I will definitely be looking for 22, low 20s, and I will definitely be loading up. That's just what I'm doing. That's not financial advice. Thank you for your input. Greatly appreciate it. Great info. Thank you, man. No problem. Always here to try to help. If you guys missed the whole shebang at the beginning, if you just jumped in here on Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains, how to build wealth with crypto, went through a whole shebang, put this into my Discord. You guys can join there. I will be doing more of this type of content, teaching people, explaining people how to break down these processes to get in the right mindset, in the right risk management, in the right situation to be able to learn how to build wealth. So definitely be joining the Crusader Army, joining the Discord, the Crypto Citadel. Join in there. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Rich J, I appreciate to see you. I see you guys figured it out and got in here. Definitely join. The link is in the chat if you're watching on YouTube. The link is in the profile if you're watching on TikTok. Either way, I appreciate you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, and joining the Crusader Army. It's free, and if you guys want to join the premium section, it's 50 cents a day. 50 cents a day. So let's see here. What else are we going to hit here? Let's see here. Let's hit ICP one last time. I'm not even going to hit ICP. ICP is doing nothing. Been doing the same thing. Let's hit Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum here. Let's get some ranges here for Ethereum. So let me see. Let's get this range for February. Let's get the range for April. Come on. We're falling out of the range of April. We're landing on support here of $2,857. If that is lost, here, look at this range for February. Very low volume because we had a very aggressive move for ETH in the month of on the month of March. I mean, sorry, the month of February. So $2,500 is a good solid overall number. It's a weekly horizontal that I'm looking for. If we do lose this 28, 25 is definitely one that I'm looking for. We also have the naked point of control down here at 24, and that's definitely going to be a critical zone. But anywhere between 25 and 2024 is definitely going to be a zone to look for Ethereum. There's definitely potential to drop a lot lower. That is also a drop of about 15%, so that's not even a lot for Ethereum. But overall, that's definitely a possible here, especially if Bitcoin drops to the downside. Obviously, if Bitcoin starts picking back up, 3,060 is definitely going to be a critical zone here. There's been a lot of support and resistance in the past. It's going to be one to be looking for. Then we got the point of control up here for April at 31.55. We also have the pivot here at 31.94, and then we start moving back up towards the value area high. Or actually, we got another horizontal here, a 3-month horizontal at 32.81, and then 33.72 are going to be those are all going to be levels of resistance on the way back up. So that's what I'm looking for Ethereum here in the short term, either a big drop to the downside or a slow crawl back to the upside here, with highly dependent on Bitcoin and what is happening with the Bitcoin price action. with the CPI data coming out tomorrow. See if it's aggressive or it's not aggressive. So yeah, I have 200 million waiting to buy very low. Again, Londo, though, will I buy more? Talking about Londo, Crypto Billy hitting a super chat. $1, $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you with the super chat. Where is this? Oh man, the chat is out of the way. Miguel, check out Metis. The founder is Vitalik's mom. I'll take a look at that. I own Near. Yeah, Near is definitely a good one. I want to get more exposure into. Crypto Billy super chat says, check out Metis 200, 400 top easy. Let's freaking go. I'm definitely going to be checking out Metis here after I get off this stream. Actually, I'm going to do it here live on the stream right now. I'm going to do it live on the stream right now. Let's go check out what the heck is Metis, since you did drop a super chat. Metis. There's two of them, but I'm going to go with this one. Sitting at $54. Okay. Circulating supply is about half of the total supply right now, a little bit over half of the total supply. Let's see here. It's an Ethereum-based project. Let's go check out the website. Superfluid. That's a 2024 term for sure. Superfluid. Where's my little drum set? Nope. My little joke, my little dad joke. Superfluid. Self-sustainable blockchain. Metis is a permissionless layer 2 network approving the next generation of decentralized applications. Okay, total transactions, good. Wallet addresses, okay, that's good. Latest gas fee, that's really good. Transaction a minute ago, 450 million TVL, that's also very good. Let's see here, affordable on-chain storage, low gas fees, built for people, led by the community, introducing community ecosystem governance. Very interesting. Okay, let me see here on DeFi Llama. Metis. Let's see here. 92 million in total value locked. Been slowly, steadily growing. Nothing too crazy, unless this is wrong. Because what did the website say? Didn't the website say something like, where did it go? Oh, over here. Didn't the website say a lot more TVL locked? Where was the TVL? 454 million. Maybe that's outdated, or maybe DeFi Llama's wrong somehow. dApps businesses, okay, reaching all around the world. Interesante here. Let me see. Yeah, regular supply. 7 days. See what the market cap on this thing is. Market cap is 307 million. Okay, it's definitely got room to run. Volume is 806 million, 8.6 million. Oh, this is the market cap, not the price. Price peaked out about a month ago around $70, dropped down to 50. Last year was down at $20. Hit 120, then came out to 132 and has dropped since then down to $54. I wonder what's caused that massive drop. It's listed on Binance, it's listed on Coinbase, OKX, KuCoin, MEXC, BitGet. Definitely going to be doing more research into this and looking into this. Let me see the Twitter here. Let me go to, I am following it on Twitter. Interesting. So somebody must have brought it up to my attention at some point. Phase 2 decentralized sequencer. Interesante. I appreciate you, Billy, for bringing this up to my attention. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on Metis here, see what goes on with that in the long term. Treyfly in the house. What's going on, Treyfly? Treyfly from Piper Academy over there on Piper Academy. I greatly appreciate if you guys are not following Treyfly on Twitter or on Piper Academy. Definitely go check out Treyfly. Appreciate all of you guys jumping in here. Remember, guys, today, literally in 40 minutes at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Billy Goat Tales will be going live. Their space is going live on X. Make sure you guys are checking that out. Let me go pull it up here on Twitter. Let's see here. Billy, oh, Billy Goat. Why can't I type? Billy Goat Tales space coming up here. They're going to be talking about business empathy and customer satisfaction. Secret guest today at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to hit that like, retweet this post right now. So, guys, that is happening over on Billy Goat Tales on X. Make sure you guys jump in there. Everybody that participates in this space is actually going to be part in everything's recorded and put into an NFT book that is being created on the Cardano blockchain. And anybody that speaks on the space, you can always raise your hand to speak. And if you don't get in there, you get invited to speak, you will be in the book forever. Your recording is going to be there, and you're going to get an NFT part that is part of that NFT creation. So definitely really cool. Definitely go check that out. This is chapter 26 out of 30, I believe. I believe it's 30 chapters. So they got 4 more chapters. They do this once a week. So they got 4 more weeks of this before the book is done. So definitely go check out Billy Goat Tales, the Giver's Gain mentality. Definitely go check that out. Guys, this is Blockchain Crusader, crusading through the blockchains every single day. I appreciate every single one of you guys in here that want to learn how to build wealth, how to make money, how to become financially independent, become free of finance, right? Become free of the matrix. Me as a Christian, right? I've struggled with this question so much, like the love of money, but I don't love money. I love freedom, and money is a tool that I will gain, and I will get more of this tool to be able to build and etch and dig my way out of this NPC matrix that we're in and find financial independence and be free for me and the rest of my family. So this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to help people learn as well. And we can do this together on crypto. So guys, like always, Blockchain Crusader, crusading through the blockchains. Until next time, see ya.